Hello everyone, welcome back. This is me with new hair. And today I am standing in my book room or library room because today's video is a bookshelf tour. I quite recently, actually last week, had this room redecorated. Well, actually, I painted it myself. And I just went through all the books, cleaned all of them, went through the stuff that I don't want. I unhauled a lot of things and I cleaned everything and redecorated and then put up some really fun things. So I really wanted to share it with you. So here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna be on camera, I'm just gonna be behind it while I'm showing you the books. So as you enter, this is the first bookcase. Well, this is the whole room, as I've shown you in the footage. So this is the whole room. And actually, we have a bed there because it's my mom's bedroom, but we also keep the books here. And currently she is reading this one, which is a Scandinavian crime story, and that is the author of it, and the title is, I guess, The Officer and the Silence. So that's what she's reading, so it will not be at its place. But let's start with the tour. So here we go. So as you enter, this is the first bookcase. And then these four, like by the wall on this side, are my Hungarian bookcases. So up there we have a few classics. We have The Bell Jar. We have The Witches of Eastwick. Then we have 1984 and Animal Farm. So basically these are more of the classics. We have the Balzac series, and then we have some fun books for kids. Actually, those are about plants and animals. We have a little bit of Hemingway, and then here is the same thing, basically like the classic books in an alphabetical order. So I started with Austen, and then Balzac, Bronte's, all of them. So these are the books. Going through them, basically. I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm not gonna go through all of them, one by one, because it would take 3 hours. But these are all of them. This is my high school graduation picture. There I am. And the rest of the classics. Then the next one is basically series, like book series, which were just released by the same company. So we have a little bit of Faulkner, we have Graham Greene, we have Sinclair Lewis, we have Virginia Woolf, and then some different series, and then here are the Dostoevskys and the Tolstoys of literature, and then there is my dad's school picture, and that's where he is on there. And then still more series, and then we start with modern classics, kind of. So we have Bradbury, we have The Hours. This is my parents' wedding picture. Look how pretty they were. And then just Nick Hornby, Alice Hoffman. We have Root, and Thornbirds, Night Circus there, and then carrying on to even Choke and Joyce Carol Oates. Sophie's Choice is here, and then a little bit of decoration that I bought when we were on holiday like 5 years ago. And then we have a little bit of biographies and autobiographies here. Like in this part we have Hillary Clinton, we have the Edward Snowden book, and then some other stuff. And we have the Robert Merle French history series there, and the Tarzan books, and then just dictionaries on the bottom. The next one is a little bit more of dictionaries, but like the smaller ones, and then some funny books, maps, and then just a bunch of kind of modern fiction like contemporary, and then just a bunch of contemporary fiction that I couldn't put anywhere else. So those are them, like V.C. Andrews and Ken Follett and stuff. And then one book is missing from here, and that's Meet Me at the Piazza, because I took it with me to the hospital, so it's still in my hospital bag. But this is Under the Tuscan Sun, and then the other Frances May's books that I bought. And then it's more like kind of a chick lit-ish area, I would say, because I have Marion Keyes, Rebecca Wells. This is the Yaya book. I have The Clique. This is Nora Ephron. I have Hotel Babylon, which was amazing. And then, of course, the Bridget Jones books. And then Hungarian books of the same kind. And Ghost Whisperer, Gilmore Girls, all that kind of stuff. And then some self-help books down here. A bunch of them. We have The Secret. We have the Venus and Mars book. And then we're going to like books about dreams. And this is The French Women Don't Get Fat. And then we move on to like kind of a young adult section with Harry Potter and the End of Green Gables, and then the rest of the T. Stilton books. I have a clock here, and the Sweet Valley High and Nancy Drew, and then some magazines and the rest of the dictionaries actually. And then the next one is crime stories. So these are kind of like thrillers. So these are the cozy mysteries of Agatha Christie in Hungarian. All of the books, how pretty and rainbowy they are. The rest of them, okay, those are my grandparents with my mom. And then some Raymond Chandler. And this is B. Howard. I've told you about a Hungarian author. And then the rest of we have the Haunting Party. So the rest of the thrillers. Then the rest of the thrillers, we have the Haunting Party, Close Every Door, all that kind of stuff. And we have the Scandinavian thrillers. We have Stephen King in Hungarian. I have a few. And then James Clavell. And then my husband's books. So these are the books that he's interested in. A bunch of history, like World War. We have the Chris Kyle book there. He has a bunch of books about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He loves him. And then also Sylvester Stallone. And books about sports. He has a lot of books about kickboxing and all that kind of stuff. Even books about guns. And then books about welding, because he's a welder. He has the Walking Dead book there. And then on the bottom shelf, we have history books. All of those bunch of ones, those are World War II books. Books about World War II. Those used to belong to my dad. And then, about Marco Polo, the Maya priests, and then some Hungarian. Those are actually Hungarian history books, which are quite interesting. And now this wall, and now that wall, like that side on there, is all of my English books. So let's go through those. Well, these I wanted to do something different, so this time I just put everything in a rainbow order, because I do have classics, and I have the modern classics and contemporary fiction, and I have chick lit, and I have thrillers. But I kind of wanted to do like something different this time, so I put them in a rainbow kind of order shelf thing, and also decorated the shelf. So let's see what these are. First off, these are not like they are a rainbow in themselves, but these are the series that I have. So I have the Princess Diaries, A Few Mac Habits, Pretty Little Liars, and the Gossip Girl series. And then we move on to the white books. I am starting with the white. I did start with the white ones, and then those are pictures of me and my husband in school. We didn't go to the same school, but they took the same kind of pictures of kids at that time, even though he's 2 years older. So those are us in the first grade. So this is a picture of us in the first grade, but I just thought it would be cool, and it has a white frame, so yeah. So we have a few of my books, absolutely not categorized by theme, just and only by color. So the white books. This is my parents and me when I was 3. And the wedding picture. We have a bunch of pictures of me, not because I love myself so much, but because my mom sleeps here and, she likes me. So she has a bunch of my pictures up. But then we move on to Agatha Christie, which are not like in the rainbow order. I just put them here because this is a weaker shelf. So you needed to have like the lighter books. But then we move on to the purples and the pinks. Yet again, some pictures, and I tried to put the color of the frames that go with the color of the books. So these are just mainly chiclet, actually. The pink ones are mostly chiclet. Then moving on to the hot pinks and the red ones. And down to more of the bluey shades. More pictures of me, kind of like an old theme. And that's my grandma and me when I was 3. And slowly moving on to the green books. And then down there, just the rest of the books. We're kind of going into the browns there. And then we have a doggy. And the brown and goldy books. And these are the brown and gold books. And the Big Ben, because it's fun. And these are my other grandparents. And that's my husband when he was 4. And these are the silvery, kind of grayish, and then going back to the green books. And then the bottom shelf is mostly thrillers, actually. And these are the black books. So the blacks are mostly thrillers. There is You, There is Gone Girl. There is the Hunger Games, Game of Thrones. We even have Donna Tartt, The Secret History, and the Twilight books. And then here is kind of like the leftover shelf. So anything that did not fit any other color or any other, theme went here. So those are the rest of the books. And we have a little more of the classics there. So we have the Jane Austens, the Dickens, the Kipling, Thomas Hardy, and the big one of William Shakespeare. And then here we have flowers for my dad and the Stephen Kings. So I just made this small one out to be my Stephen King shelf. I have all of them here except for The Shining because I'm just finishing that one up right now. So all of my Stephen King ones are here except for The Shining. That is the second shelf. And the bottom shelf is the Rainbow Collection. I mean, as many as I have of them. And the last shelf, which is the very tall one there. So that one is mostly nonfiction except for the top shelf, which I'm going to show you because it is my cozy mystery. So these are all of my Agatha Raisin books and the Hannah Swenson ones there. And then the next one is my books on gardening and plants. The Montedon is here. And some magazines like garden magazines, I guess. And even catalogs with plants. Then we have my fashion and style books. And this one, Calonetics, which is kind of like a workout. And this is an album I made. And just like a cute vase because I kind of like this. Those are my style and fashion books. And then we have my art books. And also these are some albums that my great-grandpa made. We have a little bit of decoration, like I thought it would be cute to have these here. And these are albums that my great-granddad made. I mean, these are very, very old, like 120 years old or something. And then the art books. And down here, this is the bottom shelf, I have my interior decorating and design books. So this is it. Okay, you guys, so this was my bookshelf tour. I've shown you almost all of my books. I have a couple ones in our summer house, but I've shown you those before. And I have a couple ones in my room, the ones that I'm currently reading and stuff. But I'm showing you those books all the time anyways. So this is my bookshelf tour video. These are my bookshelves. As you could see, these are kind of, I have a kind of a few books. So this is everything. I hope you guys liked it. And until the next time, just read something. Bye-bye.